Right, another case study. This is going to be a really quick breakdown, 5 minutes. I've covered this case study before, but I actually want to dive into the exact campaign settings that we used to add 150K in ad spend profitably. Okay, this is a big deal. You know, like so many brands are over here spending on Meta, and we've predominantly been able to do this through demand gen campaigns. Okay, so that's what I'm going to break down: the exact campaign settings, ad settings that we use to achieve this result. Okay, and because it's a combination of great creative but also great media buying. Okay, and today we're going to cover the great media buying side of things. So this is for a brand that I've covered before called Spirulette. They do these awesome horoscope jewelry things, which admittedly makes for great creative because you can appeal to the emotions, etc. And in the last 90 days, we spent $177,000 on mostly YouTube ads. There's a few other campaigns in there, but mostly YouTube ads. Who am I? My name is George. I run an agency called The Paid Search Company. We spend $1 million a month on Google Ads. We make our clients like $4 million a month. If you're a D2C brand owner and you want help with Google Ads in any way, launching, scaling, coaching, whatever, there's a link in the description to book a one-to-one with me, and we will simply just make you more money. It is really that simple. But let's get into this. So, you know, we can see we've added 150K in spend to a brand in a period of 3 months. Like, this changes a business. You know, this is like just transformational. And so the first step we took, obviously beyond just launching a demand gen campaign in general, was of course to set it up in the following way. So this is the highest spending demand gen campaign in the account. It was responsible for the majority of this ad spend. We call it a scaling demand gen campaign. Okay, I've covered in a previous video, but what we like to do is we like to have a testing demand gen campaign and a scaling demand gen campaign. Okay, so the testing will have a large variety of batches of creative in it. Really just one ad set, but then within the ad set, just multiple different ads. Because the weird thing is with demand gen, unlike Meta, at the ad level, you can have different variations. I'm not sure if you can do this in Meta, but you can do this within Google. And so we will have just one ad set with multiple different batches. I'll show you that in a second. We do not include product feeds when we're setting up this campaign. We literally just want to drive all of this traffic to one location, and that is a funnel, okay, a landing page. This just works. You know, you can drive traffic to a product page, of course you can, but what is going to convert cold traffic better is a landing page, a funnel, something educational. In this case, we use a quiz funnel, okay? So this basically directs all of this YouTube cold traffic that's never heard of this brand before to a quiz, which walks them through choosing the right kind of jewelry bracelet for them, necklace for them. You know, you can really, creatively include this in your brand in a variety of ways. It's a great funnel. We use a maximize conversions, and then we switch to maximize conversion value, because obviously maximize conversion value is going to prioritize for higher AOVs, more revenue. If you run a one product store, maximize conversions. If you run a multiple product store, maximize conversion value. Do not set a TCP or TRAS because it doesn't make sense, really, in my opinion, to do that. This is a scaling campaign, okay? Demand gen, before you get your knickers in a twist, demand gen is meant to be a low ROAS campaign. What do I mean by that? You're not trying to run this at like a 10x ROAS. What you're trying to do is spend as much as you can on a daily basis whilst remaining profitable. And what that's going to do is it's going to make your brand appear everywhere. It's going to reduce all of your CPAs of your other campaigns in your account, and it's going to allow you to meaningfully scale the revenue of your company. Stop trying to have like a 5x ROAS. It's not good, because you leave more market share for your competitors. You don't fill up your email lists as fast as you could be if you were spending more. You don't acquire more customers. Acquiring more customers profitably is always better than acquiring less customers, but maybe more profitably. It just is, because LTV, because email, because all of these other things, right? So especially if you have multiple different SKUs, and just listen to me. Just listen to me, okay? So spend more, except that it's probably going to be like 1.8x ROAS, 2x ROAS, 3x ROAS. That's fine. You know, you can have your shopping campaigns produce more of the profit, you know, if you really want to think about it like that, even though you should be looking at your advertising from a overall MER perspective. So your overall ad spend compared to your overall Shopify revenue, that's how you should judge the performance of a campaign like this, okay? You know, start spending on demand gen $100 a day, and then look at your overall MER. So how much does your ad spend go up compared to how much does your overall Shopify revenue go up? I can guarantee you your Shopify revenue will scale when you run a campaign like this, because you just appear everywhere, okay? YouTube, Gmail, Discovery, it's insane. Anyway, yeah, so then we just leave all devices enabled, ad schedule all day, tracking, whatever. You can include your triple L UTMs here. Let's get into the juicy stuff, which is the targeting. So what we did here is we actually started with a lookalike of your past buyers. So you export your customers from Shopify, and you create a lookalike within the audience manager in Google. And then we actually just stopped using that. And then we actually just went broad. Okay, so this works. It's actually a good place to start, you know, if you want to start with something like this, if you have this. But then, you know, once you start ramping up and getting good conversions, just go broad. And you can arguably go broad from the beginning. It's the same as Meta. You know, maybe you have one ad set which targets interests, one ad set that targets broad, you know, and just test that out. That's probably going to work. But we find broad works the best. So you can see we literally haven't selected an audience. We're not tracking. We're not targeting, an audience at all. And always start with optimized targeting off. But again, once you start to see performance and you want to scale further, switch it on, you know, give the AI the room to breathe. My paradigm on this has changed drastically in the last year. I used to be like, target specifically, optimized targeting off, etc. Now I'm like, broad, optimized targeting on, let's just rip, you know, $1,000 a day plus in spend and just get aggressive, you know? And like, if you just have good creative and you send this traffic to a good funnel, it will work, providing you have basic level product market fit, which if you're running Google Ads in the first place, you should have already on Meta, probably been validated, okay? So it works. If you want help with creative, we can help you book a call. Anyway, then we want to get onto the ad level. So as I say, at each ad level, you can see you can have multiple variations. So what does this mean? Well, you want to have batches. You want to create, you know, multiple batches of ads. So basically multiple body ads multiple concepts, just with 3 different hooks, right? So for example, this is the same ad. The concept and the body is the exact same. We just test the different hook. And without even looking at performance, you can see this one has significantly more traction, right? So this is just really useful. You can add up to 5 technically. And then essentially you want to obviously be directing this traffic to a funnel URL. We're directing it to this welcome quiz thing. You can direct it to product page. It'll still work. Just make sure you don't send it to like your home page or something, because that's just not going to work. You want to decrease the amount of friction to buy. And so that's really just it. But just remember that if demand gen doesn't work for you, it's not a media buying problem. It's a creative problem. To say that demand gen just doesn't work is like saying that YouTube ads don't work. But we know that they do. Okay, YouTube wouldn't make any money if they didn't, and you know, multiple 9-figure brands are advertising on there. It's literally just a case, same as Meta. If Meta doesn't work, it's not Meta's fault, it's the creative's fault. So anyway, if you need help with creative, if you need help with Google ads, YouTube ads, whatever, book a call down below, completely free, one-to-one demo with me. I will be on the call and I will be able to tell you a lot of things about Google. Like, 0 risk to booking a call. You walk away with a bunch of information you didn't have before. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions about this strategy. It's bloody crazy and we're scaling a bunch of clients with it at the moment. No one else is doing this, by the way. It's just us, to my knowledge, or at least this aggressively. So anyway, I'll stop boasting. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. And let me know down below if you have any questions. Cheers.